Good. Excellent. Thank you. Yes. What about a place or a thing? What would I use? Raise your hand. Place or thing? Which and where? Okay, you're thinking of a noun of place. What if it's just a thing or place, not talking about location? What are my two options? Which
and
Good. Good. What pronoun, if I'm talking about a thing or a place, which one can I put the preposition in the front?
Which.
Which is the only one, right? What if I'm talking about a person? Which one has the preposition in the front? Who? Good. What if it's about possession? Whose. It must be, right? Good. All right. So let me back up a second. How far did we get? We talked about quantifiers, right? We talked about the quantifiers and adding them onto the front. Did we cover that yesterday with you guys? Good. All right. So we are on page 56, and we're looking at another really interesting thing about adjective clauses, and that is the fact that you can reduce an adjective clause to a phrase. Very interesting. So before we go any further, let's again define what a phrase is and what a clause is. So a phrase, can you read that for me? A phrase is
a group of words that has a subject and a verb.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
No, I think just a subject.
No, phrase? No.
Yeah.
You like that?
No.
Are you okay with that?
No.
You're not okay with it.
Yeah, no.
What's wrong with it?
Because the phrase doesn't need to have their own subject and their own verb.
Ooh. So read the second one. Can you see okay?
Yeah.
Read the second. What does the second one say?
A group of words that doesn't have one. Yeah. The second one is the
So I need to switch those.
yeah.
Ah, thank you. That is actually false. So we'll come up here and we'll put clause. Good, you're awake. I like that.
Josh, what is the first thing to say? Is it a group or a group?
It's a group. A group, doesn't matter. I mean, it's the same thing. It's a group of words that has a subject and a verb. So a clause has to have a subject and a verb. Yep. A phrase is a group of words that is missing either a subject or a verb or both. Are you okay? So we're going to talk about taking an adjective clause, which has a subject and verb, and reducing it to a phrase. There's two rules, okay? If you just remember these two rules, you're fine. You're going to be just fine. Rule number one, I call it the be rule. So if I have an adjective clause with a relative pronoun, with a be verb, here's what happens. What does it say? What does it say, Sultan? What do I get rid of? Drop the relative pronoun, get rid of it, kick it out, and drop what? The be verb.
Or and.
Do both. So, Sultan, come here. Can you look? Which one of these sentences would rule number one apply to? So read the first sentence.
Okay, George, who is a teacher at the LS, loves teaching English.
Yeah. So, is that a rule number one situation?
No, they have.
Which rule? Rule one or rule two? Is it a be verb or an action verb?
No, I don't want to mention.
What's that?
Actually,
Is that an action verb?
because they have
Yeah. Is that an action verb?
everyone.
What is it?
Is
Will you look at it? What is that?
It
Is that?
says here.
Yeah. What is it?
Be here.
Is that an action verb?
No, be here.
So is it rule one or two?
Be here.
Yeah, all right. So, now, what does the rule say? It says to drop or get rid of,
Drop it.
so get rid of it. Get rid of it.
razor?
Get it out of there.
George.
Take the eraser, literally remove it.
Okay.
Kick it out of the sentence.
George, who a teacher.
What do I got to get rid of? What does the rule say?
Is
Drop is okay.
Get it out of there, yeah.
And relative pronoun.
Get it out of there! Where's the relative pronoun? Get it out of there. Now read the sentence.
Josh, a teacher at Illness loves teaching English.
Good job. Excellent. High five. You keep the commas. That's it. Okay? You just reduced, you can have a seat. You just reduced the adjective clause. So the first thing you got to ask yourself is, does it have a be verb or an action verb? If it has a be verb, follow rule number 1. I got to get the relative pronoun out of there, drop it, and I got to get the be verb out of there. All right? Hamoud, will you read rule number 2?
Yeah, rule 2, action, verb, rule.
I call it the action verb rule because we're looking for an action verb.
Yeah.
Drop the relative pronoun, add ing to the verb.
Seems simple enough. Abdul Rahman, you want to come up and do it?
Yeah.
First of all, is this sentence, does it have an action verb?
Yeah.
Okay. Get rid of the relative. There you go. That's it. Those tampering with a smoke detector will be prosecuted. It's that simple. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Let's check it out. Let's look at a few of their examples in the book. So, under number 1, let's see. Let's have, Nasser, are you with us, buddy?
Yeah.
Will you read the first example, Herodotus?
Herodotus, who was the first Greek historian, wrote about the wars between ancient Greece and Paris.
Now, so let me ask you, is this going to follow rule 1 or 2 on the board?
I think it's 1.
Yeah, why do you think it's 1?
Because B rule.
Good. Is there a be verb?
Yeah.
In the adjective clause, there is, isn't there? So read the reduced adjective clause example.
Herodotus, the first Greek historian, wrote about the wars between ancient Greece and Paris.
Excellent. Also, I want you guys to notice, Herodotus, he was a historian, a Greek historian. That's his name, right? Do you see commas or no commas?
Comma.
Commas. A little rule that you're going to learn in a minute anyway. Whenever the noun right in front of the adjective clause is a proper noun, it gets commas. Always. Okay? Easy rule. All right.
So the second sentence is the rule number 2, right?
Rule, well, no. Actually, it's the reduced. You got rid of who, and you got rid of was. So it's the same one, but it's following the be rule. Rule 1. Yep.
So we just drop what, right?
You drop the be and the relative pronoun. Got to drop both. Yeah.
If it's a name, we should drop the comma or no?
No, no. If it's a name, even when you reduce it, you keep the commas. Okay?
All right.
All right, number 2 example. Let's see. Sheikh, now will you read the human skeleton? You see that under 2?
The human skeleton, which contains 206 separate bones, is a strong and flexible structure.
Good. So now which rule is it following?
2. No.
Don't have.
Yeah.
2, right?
Yep. Number 2. Do you see that, Sheikh, now?
We
You
have
understand?
a verb be in this.
There's no be verb.
Is.
No, no. Well, listen, you're looking at not the verb in the main clause, the verb in the adjective clause. That's a good observation, actually. Make sure you're looking at the verb inside the adjective clause. This main verb doesn't matter. Okay? So what rule are we following? 1 or 2?
2.
2. Yep. All right, read the reduced verb.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
It's still adjective clauses if we remove which or we remove was or who.
It is. It's just a reduced adjective clause. Yeah. Go ahead.
The human skeleton containing 206 separate bones is a strong and flexible structure.
Good. So they got rid of
Which
which and they added ing onto the verb
verb
contains. Good. Let's see, Yang, will you read the second one? Those?
Those who tamper with the smoke detector will be prosecuted.
Prosecuted. Do you know what those words mean?
Big,
Do you know what all those words mean? Do you guys, have you heard the word tamper? It's kind of like mess around with something, play with something, right? How about prosecuted? Do you know what prosecuted means? It means you're charged with breaking the law. Prosecuted means you're being charged for breaking the law. Okay?
What?
The law. The law.
The rules.
The rules. The law. Yeah. Okay. Fadhila, will you read the next little rule they give us here?
Adjective phrases are common in writing. They often begin with an article or with word and variation, like when, a type of, they, tend of. My grandmother, a very practical and hard-working woman, needed love for the entire family.
Yeah, so listen, all they're saying is reduced adjective clauses often start with an article, a and or the, or one or the kind of. These are little phrases that end up getting put on the front of them, but they're still adjective clauses. Like the example she just read, my mother, what if I turned it back into an adjective clause? What would I say? My mother,
Where is it?
it's the sentence she just read, the first one. My mother,
Who
good.
Yeah,
Who
is
is a practical and hardworking woman. So you can see they got rid of the be verb, the relative, and then they ended up adding an article a. Is everybody okay?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
If he give us this two sentences in the quiz, how I know it's which one is rule 1 or rule 2? If he decide choose.
Are you saying if I give you a reduced clause?
Yeah, without is and without.
Well, the easiest way to know is notice down here you always have the verb ing, right?
Yeah.
So then you know you just need to put the relative. Look at this. This is a person, right?
Yeah. If it's ing, it's number 2.
Number 2. If it's no verb at all,
So it's rule 1.
yeah.
Just drop the
Drop the D. Yep. All right. So let's look at the other examples. Abdus-Salam, will you read the second one? The largest city.
the largest city in Turkey, Istanbul, is that the point where Europe joins
Asia.
Asia.
Good. So now here's another interesting point. When you reduce an adjective clause, it no longer is required to follow the noun it modifies. In this one, notice the reduced adjective clause isn't after Istanbul, it's before Istanbul. So that's kind of cool. You can actually then move the adjective clause to in front of the noun it modifies once you reduce it. So can somebody tell me, turn that back into an adjective clause and put it in the right place in the sentence. Can you do that?
Which one?
The second one that we just read? Can you turn it back into an adjective clause?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Abdurrahman.
The large, Istanbul, which is the largest city in Turkey, is at the point where Europe joins Asia.
Good. You see what he did? You see what happened there? Big that?
Istanbul.
Yeah, let's write it up there because this is an important point to make.
Without comma.
Alright, so the sentence is, the largest city in Turkey, Istanbul, is at the point where Asia and
Joins us.
Europe meet. Now, where is the reduced adjective clause here? Yeah, Abdurrahman?
The largest city in Turkey.
The largest city in Turkey, this is the reduced adjective clause, which which makes the rest of this the independent clause. Yeah? Notice it broke the rule. Before we said the adjective clause has to follow the noun it modifies, but the problem is it's in front, isn't it? So what I'm telling you is, when you reduce an adjective clause, it's possible to put it on the front of the sentence with a comma in front of the noun it modifies. If it's modifying a subject like that, it is possible for that to happen. But when we switch it back into a real adjective clause, like Abdurrahman did, can you read it one more time?
Istanbul, which is the largest city in Turkey, is at a point where Asia and Europe meet.
You guys see that? Now where's the adjective clause?
Which is the largest.
Yeah. Which is the largest city in Turkey. And it's got to have a comma right there as well. Yeah.
Teacher, after Istanbul, we have comma. Istanbul is the name of a
That's
place.
right. There's a comma. Istanbul's a proper noun. It's the name of the city, right? So it requires the adjective clause to have commas. Yep. So you have a comma here, and you have a comma here. So which rule did we follow in this one? 1 or 2? Follow rule number 1. All we did is we got rid of which? We got rid of the be verb, and then we actually just threw it up front, didn't we? Example up top. That is possible. All right. Is everybody okay? See what's happening?
Okay, teacher, like I said, Istanbul, comma, the largest city in Turkey, comma, is at the where?
You can do that too. You can leave it there. Good question. Will you read the next one, Bobby, for us? There.
They are looking for a quiet place to live. Preferably one in the suburbs.
Yeah. One in the suburbs. So, in that particular one right there, it's just in the suburbs. The one, what would the adjective clause be? Remember, one is a quantifier, right?
It's 2, number 2, because ing. This one is rule number 2.
No.
Do you see a verb with ing on it?
Looking.
Inside the adjective clause.
No.
So probably one in the suburbs. That's that clause.
One in the suburbs is the adjective clause. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. No.
What is the actual adjective clause there?
Is
One.
Or is
One in the suburbs.
Well, where's my? If I was going to make it into an adjective clause again, what would it be? One.
One is.
one city.
Where's my relative though? What relative would you use? One.
Which.
Oh yeah, one which
Is. One which is in the suburbs.
One which is.
Yeah. 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 Isn't that weird? But that's what it would be. All right. Who wants to read the next one for me? Go ahead, Iyad.
Children, this a type of edible mushroom with a rich yellow color are very expensive.
Mm-hmm. Rule 1 or 2 here.
1.
One.
So listen, remember, rule 2, you got to have verb ing, right? Is there a verb ing here? No, there's not. So what rule? Which one is it following?
One.
Number 1. Can you turn it back into an adjective clause? Iyad? Chantarellus. By the way, that's a name of the mushroom. So it's a thing, right?
So we can use which.
Which is.
Edible mushroom. Edible mushroom is a type of which rich yellow color.
Which
Is
which is a type of edible mushroom with a rich red color are very expensive. Are you okay?
what does the table mean?
Edible?
Edible.
Edible means you can eat it. It's eatable.
It's what?
Edible is eatable. Yep. All right, who would read the next one? Go ahead.
These plants are in the cactus family. The kind of vegetation